When it comes to TikTok Shop affiliate, I think it goes without saying that you need to know how to go viral consistently. Now look, after studying, reviewing and making thousands of viral TikTok Shop videos, over 70 million views on just one of my accounts with purely organic content. What if I told you the reason you're not consistently going viral is because you're focusing on the totally wrong things? Even though you feel like you're doing the exact same thing as another creator and they're getting millions of views and you're not, there could be a few things that you're just getting wrong. In this video, I'm going to tell you the 3 main things that separate the creators that are consistently going viral and the ones that are struggling to get views. I could give you 100 pointers, but in this video I'm going to give you the 3 main things that are going to make the biggest difference to you as a TikTok Shop affiliate. We're trying to make progress as fast as possible, and for example, the 3rd thing I'm going to tell you today is the type of thing that's been able to take one of my students, Jay, from numbers like this to doing numbers like this. If you can make it to the end of this video, I guarantee that you're going to walk away with the confidence and the knowledge to go viral consistently. Enough of the talking, let's get straight into this. When it comes to making a viral TikTok Shop video, I think it's common knowledge that you need a good hook. If no one's staying to watch your video, no one's going to be buying your products. We all know this, so why do so many creators try so hard with their hooks but still don't go viral? Well, the first reason is most creators think hook first when they should really be thinking product first. When you go to make a TikTok Shop video, it's super easy to fall for the mistake of thinking about what the hook's going to be before you think about anything else. But what about this? What if you switched up your approach? The first thing you should be thinking about is what even is the product? You have to understand the product to know the best way to make it go viral. What does the product do? What sort of setting is this product used in, and what's the best way that I can actually showcase it? If you've got a kitchen gadget, have you got the right kitchen? Have you got good lighting in your kitchen to actually showcase it, as well as all the other creators are going to be able to? You have to play to your advantages. Some other things I like to think about first is what problem does the product solve? 99% of the time, a winning product has to solve a problem for someone, because if not, they're not actually going to have that urge to go and buy it. And then the next thing that ties back into that is who is actually likely to buy that product. You have to understand the ideal audience of the product for the best chances of actually going viral with the product. If you don't understand who's going to be watching your video and who's likely to buy it, you don't even know who you're making your video for. Once again, if I'm doing a kitchen gadget, which realistically is most targeted to 30-year-old plus people, typically women are the ones that are most into kitchen gadgets. Gotta be careful with what I say in 2025. But if you look at the stats, it's the truth. Do I need to be chucking in engagement bait to try and go viral, chucking in 6-7 references, the type of things that kids would comment on and it'd boost the engagement? Or do I even want kids watching the video because they're not even going to be buying it? You have to understand the product and the audience to have the best chance of going viral in that audience. Because what's going to go viral for 18-year-old gamers isn't what's going to go viral for 40-year-old women. Know your audience and structure and target your video as if you're trying to go viral to that audience. Next, when it comes to going viral, you do need to start thinking about your hook. So after the thousands of videos that I've reviewed and I've made, what do the best hooks have in common? So there's a few different routes you can go about it. The first one is they call a specific problem out that people have. Sometimes people overthink their hooks, when in reality the best hooks are just calling out the exact person you want to talk to. Imagine I've got a shoe cleaning product. A good hook for that is if your shoes are always dirty, you need this. Straight away, anyone that's not interested in cleaning their shoes has scrolled away, and all I'm left with is the people that are actually likely to buy. They're the people that I want to watch my TikTok Shop videos. The second route you can go down when you're looking to hook someone onto your video is intrigue them as to what's going on in the video, but don't give away everything. When you do this right, it's probably one of the best ways to hook someone onto your videos. As humans, we always want to know what happens next. Same reason when you're watching a TV show on Netflix, at the end of the episode, something always happens that makes you want to know what happens next. Only difference is on a TikTok Shop video, we've got about 3 to 5 seconds at the start of the video to make someone feel that. One of the best ways to do this on a TikTok Shop video is ask the viewer a question. Something like, does this seem to happen to anyone else? Straight away, the human brain's thinking, what is this person even talking about? Then the third route you can go down when you're trying to hook someone onto your video is show a dramatic transformation. This works especially well for fitness products, cleaning products, but if you can show the difference between before having this product and after having this product, then in the video bring in the product by explaining how you got from there to there, that's a brilliant way to get someone to stick around on your video. Just imagine this, we're going into January, you've got a fitness product like a dumbbell set, and someone starts a video saying, this is the easiest way that you can go from this to this, and they've got a fitness transformation. If you're someone that wants to have a fitness transformation as well, you're always going to stick around to watch the video. There's a lot more that I could go into when it comes to hooks, but in reality, people overcomplicate this. And the problem is once you start to overthink and overcomplicate your hooks, you waste too much time and you end up having the wrong people watch your videos. Hooks are super important, and if you get them wrong, you ruin the chances for the rest of your video. But here's the part that most people misunderstand. A good hook only buys a viewer's attention for the first 2 to 5 seconds. What actually determines whether your video goes viral or not is what happens after the hook. TikTok doesn't care and just push out your videos just because you've got a good hook. When it comes to TikTok Shop, they care about how long people stay on the video and how how many of those people are actually buying the product. You have to understand what TikTok wants. They want people spending time on their app and they want to make money. So how do we actually get people to stick around? First of all, we're going to go back to your product. The easiest way to get someone to stick around on your TikTok shop video is have an interesting product. Let's just be real. Most people aren't that interested in general, never mind in a 30-second TikTok video. However, if we can choose products that are interesting enough for people to stick around, they don't have to stick around for us. This is another reason why I always push for people to promote products that have visual functions. Because once again, if your product does something interesting enough, you don't have to be interested in yourself and your script doesn't have to be perfect. To up that watch time on your TikTok shop videos, you need visually appealing shots of the product and demonstrations of it doing what you're saying it does in your script. It's one thing you telling a viewer that a product does a certain thing, and it's a totally other thing you actually showing them that it does it. The next thing you need to get people to actually stay on your video is pattern interrupts. Most people's attention spans are cut nowadays. If things aren't constantly changing in your video, the viewer's going to get bored and they're just going to scroll. Same reason as they're scrolling through their For You page, your hook needs to be good because that's a pattern interrupt from everything else they're seeing. It needs to stand out. As you're filming your video, it shouldn't be one long clip of you talking about the product. You need to be changing angles. TikToks are supposed to be fast paced, and if you're just sat there talking about a product for a minute straight, no one's gonna watch that. I'll just say it straight. Another thing you need in your videos is movement whilst you're filming. If you've got an iPhone, the 0.5x camera helps massively with this. Because basically what it does is it zooms out everything they're seeing, which means you can move more with them still being able to see what's going on. After you're done filming, make sure you're going through your video and editing out any pauses. All the cuts between your videos should be clean so there's no gaps in your speech between them. Because trust me, in those little gaps that you're leaving is where you're losing viewers. And then just make sure you're feeding the viewer new information every few seconds. You don't have to list every single selling point about a product. Highlight the most important ones, the things that are really going to make someone go and buy the product. Little things like what type of charger the product uses, or there's a zipper here. It really doesn't matter that much. All you're doing is making your video longer by including it no one really cares about, which is lowering your chances of going viral because it lowers the percentage of people that have watched the full video, which is obviously another metric that plays a massive part in going viral. Another really important thing when you're trying to get someone to stay on your video is make sure that you're engaging them while selling the product, not entertaining them. Now this is a massive mistake a lot of creators make just to get people to carry on watching their video. They do outrageous things, chuck in a bunch of engagement bait, try and make the video super entertaining just so people watch it, but that's exactly how you end up with millions of views and no sales. Instead of doing that, try and engage them while selling the product. And you might be wondering, how can I do that? It goes back to the filming, the visually appealing shots of the product. Maybe some subtle engagement bait, saying words wrong in your script as you showcasing the product. The type of thing that someone watching the video is going to be thinking about. They're going to be like, what do they mean to do that, as they carry on watching your video? And that's how you're going to engage a viewer's brain whilst they're still watching your video and you're still selling the product to them. For example, instead of just telling someone that a product's waterproof, can you maybe chuck it in the bathtub, chuck it in the sink, maybe even chuck it in the toilet? That way you're proving that the product's waterproof, but you're doing it in an engaging way. I mentioned it briefly there, but other content techniques like engagement bait, rage bait, if you can say something that triggers someone whilst they're watching your video, that's going to make them stick around on the video longer. People love a bit of controversy. Another thing that me and my students have been doing recently is flipping words around, saying things like, if you're looking for a kid for your Christmas present, get them this. Obviously what we're actually trying to say is, if you're looking for a Christmas present for your kids, get this. However, little things like that always get people. People are always in the comments trying to correct you. And all they're doing whilst they're doing that is boosting your engagement with the comments, sticking around on your video for longer. And at the same time, we're still not doing way too much so that we've just got a bunch of kids watching our videos that were never going to buy the product anyway. And then the last tip we're going to go over for getting people to stay on your video is using open loops. This is similar to the thing that I said about the hooks, but an open loop is basically just a psychology trick where you introduce a question to the viewer, but don't answer it straight away. Once again, the same things all these Netflix shows, movies use all the time. Because you haven't answered the question straight away, our brains always want to know what happens, so they stick around until you do. And when you use an open loop in your video, it's basically just delaying the time it takes for someone to scroll, because obviously they want to stick around, and that's how you increase your retention. I subtly use open loops in my content all the time. I've been doing it for over 1.5 years to go viral. So what I've done is I've uploaded some of the most effective open loops that me and my students have used over the past 1.5 years. I've put them all inside the free resources group of the Free Viral Affiliates group, which you can find in the description. Now at the start of the video I told you, if you stick around to the end, you're going to know the most important thing about getting people to stick around on your video. So let me tell you exactly what that is. If you follow the other steps so far in the video, you now know how to hook people onto your videos and actually get them to stick around. But once again, what if I told you that's not the most important part as a TikTok shop affiliate? You can have a good hook, you can have insane retention, you can even go viral with millions of views, and still make no money. Because when it comes to TikTok Shop affiliate, views don't pay you, likes don't pay you, watch time doesn't pay you, conversions do. That's why most affiliates fall short, not because their content's bad, but they don't actually know how to convert those eyeballs into sales. I'm gonna be real, it's only getting harder to convert, but only when you don't know how to. And luckily, as promised, I'm gonna make sure that's not the case for you as you come away from this video. So first of all, we have to understand why a lot of TikTok Shop videos don't convert. Number one, and probably the most common mistake, is creators entertain in their videos but never actually persuade someone to buy. Whilst making their videos, they don't think about what reason they're giving someone to buy a product. The easiest way not to make this mistake is, even though a lot of people tell you to, but don't try too hard to not make it look like a TikTok Shop video. People aren't stupid, there's TikTok Shop videos all over their For You page. Instead of having way too much build up, 10-15 seconds into your video, you haven't even introduced your product. Introduce the product and once again, engage them enough to stay and watch the video. Another reason videos don't convert is the products that they're choosing or the video isn't relevant. You're selling Christmas products a week before Christmas when they'll never even arrive before Christmas. You need to make sure what you're selling is actually relevant. The more relevant it is, the more likely you are to convert. If you start selling fans 2 weeks before a heatwave, I guarantee your videos are going to convert. The next reason is creators jump on a product that a million other creators are already promoting and that every viewer's already seen. There's a massive misconception that a viral TikTok product's a product that's got hundreds of thousands of sales, 50,000 sales. Yeah, that product was viral at some point because it's got that many sales. But once again, it's not relevant now. That doesn't mean that it's viral now. Whereas if you go viral with something that not many people have seen and it's still a good product, a lot more conversions are going to come your way. And then the last reason is I see so many videos with no buy-in trigger. There's no urgency, no scarcity. No one likes spending their money, and if there isn't low stock or a really good deal, they're just simply going to put it off or not actually go ahead and buy it. Create some urgency. Tell the viewer that people have been after the product, they've been selling quick. There's a flash sale on for today. Make it subtle, but give them a reason to buy right now. Now, when it comes to conversions, there's a few triggers that you need in your TikTok Shop video. Number one is proof for the product. So that can come from tests, demonstrations, a before and after, however you want to prove to the viewer that this product's a good product that they should go and get. Next, once again, that urgency, that scarcity, or a good price point. Give them a reason why they should buy now off your video, not in a week once they've gotten paid off someone else's video. However, at the same time, make sure your call to actions aren't too pushy because people don't like getting sold to, and if you're being too pushy, they just won't buy. One that I've been using for absolutely ages is, I'll link it down there and you might be able to grab one. That subtly creates that scarcity that makes them think, oh, maybe I'm not actually going to be able to get one of these. And something as simple as that can just be the difference between someone scrolling past a video and buying it off someone else next time they see it, or buying it from your video there and then. The next one is clear visuals and demonstrations of the product so the viewer can easily see what's going on. Too many TikTok Shop affiliates film the product too close or don't showcase it the best way possible. And if something doesn't look good, or even worse, they can't see it because you're too close to the product, they're never going to go and buy it. And lastly, I'm going to give you the number one, no BS way to improve those conversions. And that, once again, is that your product is 80% of your conversions. If you can get a good winning relevant product at the right time, and converting viewers becomes 100 times easier. Don't promote oversaturated products, especially now with GMV Max. This is more important than ever. If it's a good product, once again, the less people that have already seen it when your video goes viral, the more likely you are to convert. Make sure the products that you're promoting have good reviews. You need to have social proof for your product. On the same page a viewer goes to add their product to the basket, they've got the product rating right there in front of them. If the product rating's terrible, they're probably not going to go and buy it. Make sure the products you're promoting are usually, 4 stars and above. And then the next thing is, if there's a discount currently running or a campaign going on TikTok Shop, choose products in the campaign. Choose the products on a good sale with a good price point. This just gives viewers that reason to go ahead and buy the product right. Now let's just quickly recap. This is my TikTok Shop conversion method. Number one, we hook with either curiosity, intrigue, or maybe even a bit of shock factor. Number two, we keep the viewers on that video with our retention, with engaged selling, speed and a good flow to our videos, visually appealing shots of the product. Next, we get the viewers' trust with visual proof and the product having a good reputation, good rating, a few sales, and then we finish with a call to action to convert using urgency, scarcity, and price matching to show how good the price is. If you've made it this far in the video, you clearly understand something about TikTok Shop that most people don't. Going viral is the easy part, but actually having a structure that converts these viewers into buyers is what separates the top affiliates from the other affiliates. And the thing is, that's not all it takes to be a successful TikTok Shop creator. Everything I covered in this video is just a small part of what I actually work through with my creators inside of Viral Affiliates. We work with creators that are trying to scale to consistent 5 to 10k a month plus on TikTok Shop without having any guesswork. You know, when you're learning from people that have been there and done that, it gets rid of all of that doubt and the guessing that you have to do. And you're using proven systems to scale on TikTok Shop, like I've done with Mark, Joe, Jay that's now quit his 9 to 5 to do TikTok Shop full time. At the end of the day, you know yourself. If you're the type of person that prefers to try figure things out yourself, that's perfectly fine. If you're the type of person that feels like you'd benefit from having weekly winning product lists that have been researched, provided to you, someone to look at your content to tell you exactly what you need to fix, personalized weekly calls where we create a plan of action and systems for the week, keeping you updated with what's the best current things that are working on TikTok Shop, the best content styles. Feel free to book a totally free call with us to see whether, with the stage that you're at with TikTok Shop right now, working with us would be the right next step for you. And if it is, we'll map out a clear, personalized, actionable plan for us to get to work on straight away to help you scale faster and avoid all the mistakes that most other affiliates spend months on. The link's down in the video description, and if this video helped you, please make sure you like, comment and subscribe. I read all the comments and I love to hear where people are currently at with TikTok Shop. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you all in the next one. Love.